Hello, my ecom learners, and to everyone who are with me today. I am Teacher Claire, and my channel offers video lessons for students and some more varied educational contents. If it's your first time here, I'd be so glad to have you with me in my YouTube journey. So please click the subscribe button, like this video as well, and click the bell icon for you to be updated on my next video contents. And for today's lesson, we will focus on achieving the following objectives. First, identify and distinguish two major forms of communication. Second, consider valuable roles of nonverbal to the communication process. And third, evaluate communication situation effectively. At this point in time, let's check your understanding on the functions of communication we discussed by engaging in this short quiz. Directions. Answer the following questions carefully. Tell the letter of your answer. Please try answering so you could check whether you could still remember the lesson. If not, you could always go back to the video lesson I created and to the notes you have during our class discussions. And here is the number 1. And the answer is C. Emotional expression. Because the phrase I love you is an expression of feelings. And here's the next one. The answer is A. Motivation. Because the statement may be considered one that you tell to encourage yourself to do better and reach your goals, leading you towards becoming rich. The next one is and the answer is B. Statement. Because the information is in the form of one complete sentence. How about this? The answer is A. Rhetorical question. Because it only signals an expression in the form of question, but it does not really require an answer. Try this one. The answer is A. Control or regulate. Because the statement shows a reminder of school rule. And this one, the answer is C. Social interaction. Because the greetings demonstrate a short social encounter between the two classmates. How about this one? The answer is B. Information dissemination. Because the sentence signals an announcement, which is one way of spreading information. And that concludes the 5 functions of communication which we have discussed in the class and via the video lesson. And they are the following. Control, regulate. Motivation, which may be internal or external. Emotional expression. Social interaction, and information dissemination. And the 4 language forms of information dissemination are rhetorical question, question, statement, and the imperative. Now watch this video clip.
He's finally down. Can we talk? Kind of funny how you got singled out in that class for not knowing the words, right? I mean, Jack McCall not knowing the words. That's a rarity. It was really sweet, Jack. It makes me very happy to see the two of you in that circle. I think it's really important that you guys have at least one thing that you do together, you know? So, they offer it twice a week. Which day would you prefer? Tuesday or Wednesday?
Can't.
You can't. You can't take 1 hour out of your week to be with your son? I don't understand. With the pool, the view. Wow. I am trying to talk to you about our child, and you want to fight about the house again? Look, honey, could you just try for a second to talk to me about Tyler? Just be here with me right now. What? Apparently not. Okay, that's good to know.
Sorry.
Sorry. I'll let your son know that you're sorry.
My life.
It's our life, Jack. Look, I know that when we fell in love, it was a whirlwind romance, and then it seems like I brought up the idea of having a baby, and like overnight, we were pregnant. But that's just how life works sometimes. Have you ever heard the expression, man plans, God laughs?
2 days.
2 days till what? Jack, what? To what? Honey, you gotta talk to me. What? You're like a mental patient with the pointing and the grunting. What? Oh, all of my talking is making you sick. That's great. You know what? I won't talk anymore. How about that? You don't want to talk? I don't want to talk either.
The video clip you viewed was from Eddie Murphy's movie in 2012 entitled 8,000 Words, wherein he played as Jack McCall, a fast-talking literary agent or a bookseller. He is a great sales agent because he gets various book deals and has a flourishing career. His philosophy was by hook or by crook, the deal has to be mine. Until one day, his path leads him to meet a spiritual guru, and that guru sees through his deceit. One night, a tree magically appears in his backyard, and he discovered that every word he says, a leaf will fall off the tree and his life will end after all the leaves fall off the tree. In due course, he finds that even written words count towards his limit, and anything that happens to the tree will affect him. When he tries to cut it down with an ox wound appears on him. When squirrels climb the tree, it tickles him. Now look at the following pictures. What have you noticed? Yes, certainly. Caroline used words in communicating with her husband Jack, while Jack made use of gestures and facial expressions to relay his messages. The movie clip and the pictures show us the two forms of communication, and these are what we call the verbal and nonverbal communication. Verbal communication, by definition, is oral communication with words that you or others speak out loud. Meanwhile, nonverbal is about what's not said out loud, like gestures, facial expressions, and body language. Further, nonverbal communication plays a significant role in our lives, as it can improve a person's ability to relate, to engage in the communication process, and to establish meaningful interactions. Now, here are some ways we communicate non-verbally. The first one is using our appearance and personal hygiene. How you present yourself through your appearance can significantly help or hurt your message. For example, if you go into a job interview smelling like you recently ran a marathon, or your clothes are dirty and have holes in them, it doesn't matter what you say. The odor and appearance of your nonverbal cues are going to speak louder than any words you communicate. The next one is gestures. By moving your hand gestures in a complementing manner to your speech, you can emphasize a point or help keep your audience engaged. Some people unfortunately talk with their hands so much and it becomes a distraction. So, controlling our body movements and using them to emphasize our verbal communication is also a powerful tool. The next we have is facial expressions. Another obvious choice. Facial expressions can show disgust or excitement, often without us even knowing what we are communicating. Our faces have a way of showing what we are thinking, even when we are trying to hide it. An overall lack of expression also communicates disinterest. So keep in mind that lack of nonverbal communication also sends a message. The next in line is eye contact. This is one of the most powerful examples of nonverbal communication. Eye contact can tell the other person you are engaged and interested in what they have to say. However, eye contact can also be a way of showing dominance. Extended focus eye contact can intimidate and make others uncomfortable, while avoiding eye contact can communicate a lack of confidence. Next is paralinguistics. Paralinguistics is the use of vocal tones, volumes, pitch, and inflections. Different from verbal communication, these elements can significantly enhance your verbal message. Movement and posture. Separate from gestures, overall body movement is a strong communication element. For instance, someone sitting with their arms crossed can show they are defensive, uncomfortable, or reserved. Clenched fist can show aggression. How your overall body moves and behaves is constantly sending message to others. The next one we have is positioning. When you communicate with another person, most people are comfortable with a few feet of space between them. We have all experienced people who have trouble understanding personal space, which can quickly influence our own feelings and emotions. Using verbal cues associated with anger can be accented by closing the distance and getting in another person's personal space. The last in the list is the physical touch or haptics. A hug or a gentle pat on the back can comfort another person and show empathy. Similar to the nonverbal example of positioning, some people are a little too touchy-feely. While physical touch can portray compassion and concern, it can also be borderline creepy if used frequently. So you have to be careful in using haptics or physical touch as a nonverbal communication. And these are just some of the ways we can communicate nonverbally. I hope you learned something from this discussion. Again, this is Teacher Claire, and if you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe to the Ecom channel. That's it for today. I'll be with you again next time. God bless you, and always remember that happiness is a choice we make, so always choose to wear a happy heart.